Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Molar Bear, and in this video we're going to begin a playthrough of one of my favorite games of all time, Satisfactory. So if you're not familiar with Satisfactory, it is a factory building game. It's really fun, it can be incredibly complicated, and it is incredibly addictive. So if you enjoy games like this, definitely check Satisfactory out. So they just came out with version 1.1 fairly recently. It's made by Coffee Stain Studios, which makes some other great games. If you ever tried, what's it called? Sanctum or Sanctum 2, those are some of my favorite games. Just beautiful worlds, lots of fun to play. That's another game that they've made. They've also made Goat Simulator, which is just hilarious, which also just kind of shows, you know, the kind of people making this. They're some cool individuals. So, anyways, we are going to go ahead and start a new game. And for those who aren't aware already, if you played the game, you probably already know this, but these starting areas are just that. They're starting areas. They're not different maps. So there's one map. It's very large, and it's handcrafted, actually. It's not, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. It's not generated from scratch. So the map is exactly the same every time. And quite frankly, it's pretty impressive. So you can start in a couple locations: Rocky Desert, Northern Forest. Rocky Desert, pretty good area to start in, lots of resources. Northern Forest, my understanding is, I haven't been in it too much, but it's a little hard on space. Dune Desert is actually, surprisingly, one of the easiest places, I think, to start. But Grass Fields, I think, is probably the easiest. So we're going to go ahead and just start a game there. So I'll name the game appropriately and select that, and then we are going to go through the onboarding process, because why not, and we'll start the game. Oh, and now we'll start the game. Okay, here we go.
Separation from main transport complete. Group A delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional.
Cool.
Initiating dispersion.
So we're in a drop pod of sorts. Got some storage bins.
Pioneer. I am Ada, your
hello,
personal
Ada.
instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you.
A little bit weird.
Short-term solutions to long-term problems.
You can tell the devs have a pretty good sense of humor. That was pretty funny.
Atmospheric entry.
All right.
3.
We're dropping down to the planet.
1. Beginning arrow assist.
Okay, entering the atmosphere.
Parameters.
Oh, well, that's good. Certainly seems like it. There's some sparks coming out. It'd be kind of scary if you were in this pod and you know that a piece of glass is the only thing separating you from an inferno, essentially.
Deploying backup parachute.
That's not good.
Skipping parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion.
Alright, we are well in the atmosphere. And luckily, the parachutes were obviously just an extra, unnecessary piece of this drop pod. And we have safely reached the ground.
Planetfall complete.
And we're not dead,
Pod
which is
integrity nominal.
good.
Omni-situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable.
Alright, I guess I'm good enough. Thanks, Ada. So pretty beautiful. Very pretty game. That's something Coffee Stain Studios really does a bang-up job about.
Congratulations. You are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha.
Why, thank you.
Loading
All right.
objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding.
So you can see we're in the grassy fields.
First contact
And-
safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fix-It procedure and equip the Fix-It Inc. Xeno
Okay.
Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
So we got the Xeno Zapper. How do I equip that? Oh, just tab. Oh yeah, you gotta put it in your hands. I'm so used to just carrying a machine gun with me
Dismantle the
everywhere.
drop pod. Fix-It Incorporated
Alright,
is
so
cost-effective
you just push
and
F, you can
efficient.
take things
We do
apart.
not
Pretty
waste.
easy.
The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base,
Now
often
let's go
referred to as
find-
the hub.
A good place to put down the hub. There's
Next
some water
objective.
right there.
Use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub. If you cannot find iron,
And
the
there's our
assured
iron
scans of the
nodes.
planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
So I think I'll just throw the hub down here. Okay, hold V. So this is how you find your resources. Send out a scan. And lots of iron around here. So this is a great place to start. And I believe you need 20 iron ore to build the hub. So I've only got 10. These guys are pretty easy to kill. You just gotta hit them 4 times through Xeno Zapper. I think that was the only one. So, great. Alright, now, you want to kind of mine this thing, because it gets in the way. You can't put an automated miner on top
Next
of it
objective.
until
Use
it's
the build
gone,
gun
so...
to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future
Okay.
progress, so ensure you build the hub
Let's build
close to
this
iron
thing.
sources. Fix-It does not pay by the kilometer.
By the kilometer? Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, we got our hub down. Looks
Hub
good.
foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting
gonna need
bench are
these.
only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding.
So initially...
Once finished, the hub will function
Oh,
as
let
your
her
base
finish.
of operations. Next objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 1.
Alright, so hub upgrade 1, we just need 10 iron rods. Pretty easy. You just get your iron, you're going to be I can't talk. Manually mining. Throw that in there. And look at that, we got a frame. We've almost got shade.
Hub Upgrade 1, storage and frame.
And then you just turn it into
completed.
ingots
Equipment
and
like
rods.
the portable miner can now be made in the workshop.
Alright, this is good
Congratulations
news.
on completing your first milestone, the first
I
of
am
many
gonna need
providing
more iron.
access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 2.
Alright, let's mine some more ore. And while we're over here, I'm just going to get this node cleaned off as well. Might as well. Yeah, nothing mines iron like a hand chisel. That's what I always say. That's what my grandma always said. Just kidding. She didn't say that. Alright, this is going to take a while. So you're going to be doing a lot of this when you first spawn in. Just making a ton of iron ingots out of iron ore. It's pretty exciting. Can be a little bit boring. There's honestly been times where I've like literally just gotten a ton of iron ore in my inventory and just taken a shower and just left this to mine manually because it takes so much time. So what do I actually need? Okay, that's a pretty good amount. I'm gonna make my equipment workshop. I need plates and rods. You would think that I know this by now, and I also need plates and rods for that. So, let's make some plates. I think I said I need 10. And make some rods, and I honestly can't remember. So we're just gonna go ahead and smelt all of them. Okay, equipment workshop. I always like to put it pretty close to my hub, just for convenience. And we can make these portable miners. So these are pretty handy. We can throw them down, and they just mine the ore for us. So you don't have to spend as much time chipping away at the ground. So let's get that in our inventory and throw these 3 down. And while those are mining away, I can make some more ingots. Okay, made a bunch of ingots, so let's turn those into plates and rods and get our next upgrade. Now, how many plates do I need again? 10 plates. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Now we just need to make some rods. And wouldn't you know it, I'm out of ingots. So, grab some more of these. Pretty easy. Oh, hitting all the wrong keys. Get back to our hub. And we'll make some more. Get used to that tink, 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 tink sound. You're going to be hearing it a lot until you get some automation set up. So I just need a little bit more rods, so let's make 10 more of those. So my other save, oh gosh, how many? It probably has, oh, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm just like distracted by talking. Upgrade our hub. And look, now we've got some shade, so we won't get severe sunburns. Though I guess we still wouldn't get that because we're in this like
the
full coverage
smelter
suit.
can turn raw ore
And
such
look,
as copper and iron into
sleep on
ingots, and the biomass burner
floor.
generates power when fueled. Fun fact, most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fixit technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 3.
Okay, hub upgrade 3. Let's do it. So we're going to need rods, plates, and some copper wire, which is pretty easy. I think there's a copper deposit pretty close to here. Yeah, but I've got about 200 hours or maybe like 180 hours in my other save. I've almost beat the game on that one. So I'm hoping, because I feel like I hear about people who are like in 100 hours they beat the game. And if you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of time to beat a game, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into if you buy this game. It is so addictive. Yeah, it's on top of that hill. So actually, I probably better bring some portable miners because inevitably I'm going to be going back and forth to that thing. So we'll make a few more of these and bring them with us. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can beat this one in a significantly less time. We'll just say that. This series is probably going to have a lot of parts, but that's okay. I'm going to try and compress them down as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of boring just building stuff and organizing sections, so I'll probably just be cutting those out. But yeah, not too much though, so that you're able to kind of enjoy the game and just see what it's all about. Oh, man, you know, I've gotten so lazy with these guys, I don't even try and dodge them anymore. I thought I saw another hog hide.
Samples of new alien species acquired.
Alright,
Notable
let's get
features
this off.
are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve the remains for later study.
Yeah, so we'll want that later in the MAM, the molecular analysis machine. Yeah, machine. Biggest regret of my last playthrough is I saw the MAM and I was like, that seems stupid. Why would I use that? It's not stupid. Do research in the MAM. You unlock so much useful equipment and stuff that's just going to make your life a million times easier. So, if you're wondering how to get around faster too, slide jumping, definitely the way to go. I do not recommend you just walk everywhere. It will take forever, or even sprinting. Alright, so we need copper ingots, and then we'll make some wire. Alright, so we got this milestone fulfilled. Oh, apparently I need a couple more rods. So we'll cook those up really quick. And then, I don't know why I'm still doing this manually. So, we're going to start setting up some production lines to make this go a whole heck of a lot faster.
Hub upgrade 3, interior furnishing completed. The constructor can produce simple parts
we have a room,
and power poles allow
which is
for
pretty
the
nice.
expansion
We
of
don't
the
have the
power
computer
grid.
with
When you
a
make the
productivity
inevitable
packer.
mistake,
Oh, and I can
Fixit's
customize
dismantling feature is designed
my
to salvage
character.
all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy. We understand that Fixit pioneers are only human and thus prone to error. Next objective, Complete hub upgrade 4.
All right. A little bit of character customization. Okay, hub upgrade 4. All right, we'll get some conveyor belts so we don't have to manually feed stuff. So those are also good to have around. Okay.
Potential edible collected. Eating
I'm gonna
it and
need more
surviving
rods to
does
build
not
these
count as a
machines.
valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
That is honestly so funny. Okay, make some screws. So we're gonna need reinforced iron plates to build our constructors. So I believe it's 3 per constructor. Oh boy, yeah, and yeah, let me tell you, you need a lot of screws in this game. You need so many screws. Let me see if I can actually make a smelter. Okay, I need a couple rods, which means I'll need a little bit more iron ingots. Let's build a smelter. I'm gonna put this closer rather than farther from my iron ore. That way I can easily just drop it in. And oh, I only have one of these, so I need some cables, which means I'm gonna have to make that manually. Not too hard to do. All right, I think that'll be enough. So, oh, concrete. I guess, you know, I'll just grab some limestone. So the way you make concrete, limestone, and there is a deposit right there. So we'll get a little bit of that just because it would be good to have a power pole. That way I can connect to both of the smelters at the same time. Just increase our productivity. All right, we got our limestone. Okay, we handcrafted a couple concrete. So let's get this power pole attached. And all right, they're both hooked up to power. Now we do need to fuel this with biomass. So the fuel source, basically you just gotta find something to burn. Does it take this? No, it doesn't. So leaves are a pretty good way to get biomass at this point. If you're wondering how to get biomass faster, just sprint around and then pick up a bush like this one and then just hold E. And then everything you walk over that's like a bush or gives you leaves, you'll just automatically pick it up as soon as you come in range and you're pointed at it. So we're gonna run around, get some of this biomass, and that will be enough, or leaves, we'll turn it into biomass. So that'll be enough to get our power kick-started, and I can't turn it into biomass yet. So I'm just gonna drop the leaves directly in. These will burn very quickly, but it's okay because we're just trying to get things rolling. So I'll actually assign one of these, or we'll assign both of them to iron. And I'm gonna have to manually feed this, which is okay. We're still in the early game, so we'll just come over here, grab some iron ore out of these, and fill them up. It's better than having to handcraft everything, I can tell you that. So I'm gonna build one more of these smelters. So if you click the middle mouse button, it's a pretty easy way to just copy. I need just a few more of these. It'll just copy whatever you're pointed at. So rather than you having to like dig through your menu all the time, you can just copy paste it. And we got a third one. So I'm gonna have this making copper ingots. And I am out of copper ore, so I'll go grab some of that. So you can see early game, you do a lot of running around. You kind of do that in the late game too, but a lot less. All right. Got our copper ore. Let's fill her up. Top these off. And look at that. I already got like almost 100 iron ingots, and I didn't even have to do one little bit of work to get them. So I am going to set up, let's see, I need reinforced iron plates to make some constructors, so that's what I'm going to work on next. So in order to do that, though, I'm going to need a lot more plates. So let's make some plates, make some reinforced iron plates, and put some constructors together to start assembling our parts for us instead of having to spend so much time at this bench. Okay, so I always like to get some high ground. It helps me plan things out a little easier. So, constructor, let's put them pretty close to our smelter. And in anticipation of getting belts, I'm going to try and line these up with our smelters. So let me hop on top of here and out of cables. That's okay. We can start with this. And these consume how many megawatts of power? Let's see. Let's do 1 plates and 1 screws, or not screws, 1 rods, because you need rods to make screws until you get an alternative recipe. So 4 megawatts each. So we still have enough. So need a little bit more rods. Pound out a couple rods, and then we can nice and easily. Now we need more cables. Yeah, you really would think that I would have all these recipes memorized, but I definitely don't. Just a couple more cables. There we go. And let's build another power pole. So easy way to expand an existing power line, just put it in the middle and it'll expand it and it won't break the connection, which is super handy. And we'll do this. They are hooked up. Now we just gotta feed them. And it tripped our grid. I think it's just because we ran out of leaves. Yeah, like I said, leaves. Oof, you burn through those things in no time. They really don't last long. And we'll keep this loaded with ore so that they keep us loaded with ingots. And that's decently full, so that'll be pounding out plates and rods for us without us having to lift a finger. That being said, it is going a touch slow, so let's fill this up just a bit. And we can fill that concrete pretty easily. Just gotta make 10 of them, which is no problem. You can handcraft that pretty easily. And then yeah, so we're just going to keep these fed. And we will soon be passing to the next milestone. Okay, so we finally gotten all the materials that we need, just finishing making our cables. Let's plug it into the hub. And yeah, of course, I'm hoping this one is the one that gives me... Oh no, it doesn't.
4, landing platform and utilities completed. Conveyor belts connect the output of one
I really like the
to
one
the
that
input of another and transport resources.
lets me
Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective. Complete Hub Upgrade 5.
Alright, Hub Upgrade 5, here we come. So yeah, portable miners, no, they don't have hookups for conveyor belts, as she very politely and kindly expressed. I do wonder if Ada, like, betrays us or something later. She's, like, so snarky towards humans. But I guess we'll find out, right? So, to make these, all I really need are plates. So this is a great way to just automate this. So now I don't even have to run back and forth between the constructors. I don't think I actually picked that up. Between the constructors and the smelters. I just have to keep the smelters fed. And that's it. Alright, so next hub upgrade. I would really love to get the ability to make biomass. I wonder if I can do that, because biomass lasts way longer than just throwing leaves and wood into the biomass burner. But it doesn't look like we have that yet. So let me see how much power we have left. So we're at 20 and 20. So yeah, so we're going to need to build another biomass burner. Or we can just upgrade the hub, because that will give us a second biomass burner. So I might just go that route. So we got to make a bunch more wires so we can make a bunch more cables and a bunch more rods. Though I can probably get that just from my my constructor. So we'll finish that up and get this thing upgraded. Okay, so it looks like our constructor has made us a sufficient supply of rods. I have manually made cables. We do need a little bit more concrete, which means I'll need a little bit more limestone. So let's make a few portable miners so that it makes our trips a little more fruitful. I think 2 will be sufficient for right now. We just gotta run over here, get our miners equipped, and we'll throw these suckers down. And the nice thing is they start mining right away. So we get enough limestone for our concrete needs, and we'll be moving right along. Yeah, so it's a 3-to-1 recipe. So I'm gonna need, I think, 60 so I can make 20. Okay, so I think we have a sufficient quantity of limestone now, but as per usual, our grid has flipped because it ran out of leaves. So we'll throw some wood in there, and hopefully I'm going to be able to get biomass very soon so that this thing doesn't flip every 10 minutes because it runs out of leaves. Really poor source of fuel. So we just got to get 20 of these, and then we're good to upgrade. And our hub is complete, which means we are officially in Tier 1.
5 power expansion completed. The miner.
Oh, never mind. There's a hub upgrade 6. Okay, so there's the biomass. So we're definitely going to want to get that.
To function.
So we need
caution.
Concrete.
As you expand, the energy demand of
wire,
your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was
already
established
way ahead
because
of you.
Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective, complete hub upgrade.
Perfect.
6.
I am going to need more reinforced plates. So I'd like to get a line automated for all of these. So all I really need for that is reinforced iron plates, which means I really just need to make a bunch of screws. So we'll get that running. Alright, so we just need one more constructor for right now. And fortunately, we're going to have plenty of power to run this. Our conveyor Mark 1. Luckily, we're standing on top of the thing that makes plates. Oh, and that's out of ore, so I'm going to have to fill that back up. And this will start making wires, so that'll at least get wire production up and going. It would be nice to get some miner Mark 1s, so that I don't have to keep running back and forth and getting ore. But for right now, it's an okay solution. It'd be nice if I could just set up a storage container, but I also don't have that unlocked, so that's okay. Okay, so hub upgrade 6, so I'm going to need 100 rods, about 42 more plates, got enough wire, and we're going to need a bunch more limestone. So I'm actually going to make a couple more miners. portable miners. That way I can get, just because it's an impure node of limestone, that way I'm able to get more ore out per trip. So we'll make a few more of these, maybe just, I think 2 more will do it, and throw those on the limestone deposit. Okay, we're back to our beautiful machines, and I think they have pumped out enough resources for us to finish the hub. So let's upgrade that thing one last time. I do believe that's the last level. Yes, it is, and we're officially in Tier 1.
Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It Pioneer.
Wow.
Fix-It looks
Why, thank
forward
you.
to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is
Fantastic.
to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Alright, and she's not exaggerating when she says it will take a significant amount of resources. It will take so many resources to complete it. I haven't even completed it yet after like 180 hours, so maybe that just means I'm not very good at this game, but I like to think it's because it's a pretty big feat. So, alright, we'll keep our smelters nice and fed. We don't want these guys running dry. Ah, dang it. Okay, I am not filling that up with wood and leaves anymore, because now I can make biomass, which is going to burn for much, much longer. 180 megajoules versus 15. So, okay, got a good amount of biomass there. That's gonna last a lot longer. And I'd honestly rather just have the leaves. Alright, I'm gonna get those a little more full. So let's find a little bit more biomass. Okay, I've made some more biomass so we can fill this thing up, and that'll be burning for a good little while. And we've got a good amount of power left in reserve. So the thing about power generation is it doesn't matter how much power is being used by the grid. Those biomass burners, they consume at the exact same rate. Oh, I don't have any cables. Which is exactly the problem I'm trying to solve right now. So we'll take our copper wire, make some cables manually, and then we'll automate our cable production. Alright, so we'll hook these up to some power. Always build more power poles than you think you'll need, because in the future you're going to need them. I promise you. Alright, let me get this connected to a... I'm gonna need a splitter to make that happen, so... that's okay. Let me just take that, we'll throw it in here. And I wish this rock wasn't here. But it is. So we will deal with it. So I just want to set something up so that we'll start making cables as well. So I'll just have a curve, which is okay. And then we will hook this up to a power line. That will put right there. And if I can click correctly, that is now making cables. So we've got cables, we've got copper wire, we've got plates, we've got rods, and we're about to have screws. And this is what's actually going to make rods, because all our rods are getting turned into screws. So now we've got screws. I'm actually just going to make one more of these. And I just need a few rods. So we got those rods. And we're going to have another smelter. Eventually, I will probably split these. But for right now, and remember, it's never acceptable to clip through anything. So, if you're clipping, you need to delete it. You need to fix it. It is your duty. It is your duty as a human being who's not pure evil. And that was definitely hooked up to there. So, looks like this is not running because it's not getting a production input. Which means we need more iron ore. Very soon, this is going to be automated with our beautiful Miners Mark 1. Okay, so our power grid has... Oh, I didn't realize we already have that unlocked. We can automate that right now. So, yeah, our power grid tripped. So I'm actually going to start setting this up so we can make a production line out of it. That way I don't have to keep doing this manually. So put a biomass burner right there. Get it into our power system. Put something in it to keep it running. And turn that back on. And then next, we're going to automate our power so that I don't have to keep throwing stuff in. I can just take the raw materials, put it into a constructor, and that will power our little fledgling factory. Alright, so we'll build this constructor right on top of those barrel nuts. And, oh, that's so funny. I thought it would just crush it. And, okay, so one of these is going to have to be for leaves. The other one's going to be for wood. And soon I'll be able to get bio nuggets. So, because I'd rather just use the solid biofuel for this line, I'm just going to hook these up and just have these produce regular biomass, and I'll just manually move it into my my constructor. So, speaking of which, I'm going to need to get a little more biomass so we can put that in there, keep it running in the short term. Okay, well, would you look at this?
Edible collective.
It looks like I've come across
before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by FIXIT.
cave.
The consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
Oh. Alright. So I'm pretty sure this cave is going to have a bunch of spiders in it. Because they usually do. If you're in a cave, you're probably going to have spiders. Oh, this is interesting. I've actually never explored this cave. Oh, okay, so we got a summer sloop. That's cool. Yep, there it is. Oh, I hate these things. There's always more than one if it's the little guys. Oh, frick. Oh, gosh, they scare the crap out of me. I don't know why, even though I know it's a video game and they're not real. It's just the very thought of arachnids is so horrifying to me. I just hate it. Okay, we'll take the summer sloop. This will become useful later.
The summer sloop was
Alright,
named
we
after
got another
Marie
one.
Somerville,
He's trying to sneak up on
co-founder
me.
of FIXIT and head of its R&D department. There are many
So the way
theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol mathematically
Ada
resembling a
finish.
Mobius strip has found its way into both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully,
Isn't
you
that
don't need to know
interesting?
any of these theories to be a pioneer. Store it for later use. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted called Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets.
So Marie held a dinner party game night thing and said, "Oh, this would be fun. Let's name planets." And then they used that to determine where they're going to send people that they probably brainwashed, or rather deleted all of our memories, and sent them there. For the good of humanity, though, I am grateful for my ability to serve mankind in this capacity. Okay. I need more copper ingots. Alright, so power grid's running well. I just got a lot of biomass, so we're gonna throw that. That's our wood. There's our leaves. Oh, I guess it wasn't as much as I thought, but still a pretty good amount. And honestly, the important thing is we just need to keep going until we can get the right tier. Okay. Let's see, what do we want to get next? Building efficiency stat? I don't know what that means. We got the MAM, the map. I don't really need the map right now. I think I'm honestly going to go for solid biofuel. So we're going to need lots of screws, lots of concrete, and lots of cables. This is just going to get our power nicely squared away. So I am going to build another one of these. I'm actually just going to move it up. Oh. I'm going to be honest, I did forget that most of my power was attached to that. But you know, it'd probably be a more efficient way to just provide all of our power is just a bunch of these. They produce more energy. Okay, we've got our power grid back online. 90 megawatts max. Max consumption is 50, so we're well above that target. Plenty more biomass is coming through in these constructors, which is great news. So, next order of business is I need to get some copper running into there, which has now been accomplished. So, I would like to stop manually feeding these pretty soon, but right now, for a little bit longer, I'm going to keep manually feeding them. So I do have to get some more copper ore, so we'll run up to that hill real quick. Alright, so I've got enough screws now. Let's see if this has pumped out enough cables. It has. So we're in a good position. We're going to get the good old chainsaw so we can good old cut down the entire forest. And
milestone reached.
fantastic.
Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note. Will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month?
I will be.
You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency.
Oh.
This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun, fun, fun.
Oh. We are going to be Fix-It Employee of the Month. It's going to happen. It's my only desire in life at this point. Okay, so I need my equipment workshop again. I'm gonna build it right here, and let's build ourselves a chainsaw. Need a couple reinforced iron plates. That's no problem. So actually, manually constructing these is the only way I can build these right now, until I unlock the assembler, which allows us to take two different parts and build them into something else. Okay, so I've got a chainsaw. What am I going to do with it? Nothing, because I have no biofuel. Solid biofuel. So now I can finish this line. This is the reason I didn't connect these directly. It's a lot better. Oh, actually, you know, that reminds me. If I'm going to really make that efficient, we're going to need logistics. So I need the splitter and the merger. So I think we already have enough plates. Oh, we do have to wait for the pod to come back. So let's go get our necessary resources. Alright, the freighter is back. The only thing we're lacking right now is just rods. And then I think I have enough to build another constructor. A couple more reinforced iron plates. And we can get our biomass. Solid biofuel line. Totally squared away. We just need 3. And now we have it. Always like to get on top of things. Just helps you get a better vantage point. Unfortunately, I have no vertical. It's been a big point of shame in my life for a long time. And man, this is really snapping to things. I think I did adjust a setting that made it automatically snap. It actually is getting a little bit annoying. And yeah, I don't want that yet. So I need to make some solid biofuel. Solid biofuel. So you need this to power your chainsaw. You don't need a ton of it, and you can get a lot of work done. Okay, I think this will have pumped out sufficient rods. Not quite yet. That's okay though. So I'll go cut down a bunch of trees while that's finishing up. So we've got a nice power source for our chainsaw. And cutting down trees is a way, way faster way to get biofuel. Alright, I think I've got a pretty healthy amount of biomass. So let's take it back to our burners. Or rather, our constructors. Throw it in there. Looks like one of our biomass burners did run out of fuel. So we're going to want to put it in there first. Top that off. And top this one off as much as we can. And we'll let those kind of just keep humming. Let's see if we've got enough rods finally. Okay, well, I finally caved. I built some miners. I was getting too annoyed having to run around. And that one will go into here. And we are experiencing clipping, which is unacceptable. And now we're not. Oh, I do have to hook these up to power. You know, if you're in the mood. Alright, that's hooked up. And make another power pole. That's hooked up. And I just have to hook this up to any power pole. Perfect. What does this consume? Just 5 megawatts, so that will keep those nice and supplied, and then I don't have to keep running around throwing ore into those occasionally. Alright, now let's see if I finally have enough rods to finish this stage. I think that'll do it, based on my extremely advanced math skills. Alright, we're in business. We've officially got the splitter.
Milestone reached.
That means
conveyor belts can now merge,
we're automating
split, and lift
our
to
biomass.
save space and enhance the productivity of your factory.
Okay.
Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to
I'm gonna
factory
move these back.
logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in, visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out, feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
No pressure. But if you fail, billions of people will die on the earth. But no pressure. Okay, we've got our beautiful merger. I'm gonna put that a little bit farther out. And that's probably good enough. Merger. And we'll hook up a conveyor belt. And since I very wisely built this on top of a giant bush, actually that wasn't built on anything. I just need this to be a little bit more. I definitely turned on auto snapping, and it's actually really getting on my nerves. Now this will produce a lot of solid biofuel. A lot. So I'm just gonna now set up some splitters. So this is my first manifold. There will be many, many more of these. And we will feed them in. Let's see, what's the problem? Oh, problem is I used the wrong one. So that's the merger, I need the splitter. And there we go, 2, 3. me make sure this belt is all belted up. And that's it. Solid biofuel, all automated. I think this can run something like, how much do these use per minute? Well, these are actually just going to build up until they chew all the way through that, so. Only bad thing about this is I do still have to manually feed these, but not very often. Very, very infrequently, so that'll take care of us for quite a while. Alright. After this, I mean, to be honest, I don't like need any of this stuff super duper badly. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just do base building because that's pretty nice. This is a pretty flat area. So, anyways, we've made some good progress. We've gotten some of our real basics established, good production lines, and I think I'll call it quits for this episode. Join me in the next one, and we'll just keep working on building our base. I'm going to try and automate this copper so that the copper ore comes down here. That way I don't have to keep loading that manually with smelters. But anyways, hopefully you've enjoyed this. And yeah, if you're still with me, feel free to comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe to my channel for more content.